Hi, Sketch That friends. Ready for a spooky sweet treat? Well, today we're bringing this wacky zombie donut to life. Gross, gooey, and totally cute. So let's draw it step by step. So I created these two dots to determine the height of the donut. And as you can see, I curved a line to the left, and then I curved a line out to the right. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make the drippy frosting on this donut. So I'm just using these wavy lines. And this creates overlapping, which is a method of creating space. Awesome. So who knew that donuts would come back from the dead and still be delicious? So I'm erasing out these construction lines. All right, I'm gonna move my hand in a circular motion, creating the eye. Okay, I'm gonna go in and draw the pupil. I'm gonna leave a little white highlight. Okay, so this is gonna be the nose. You can see I'm kind of curving a line up, kind of like an arrow. And we're now gonna go in and start drawing the mouth. So I'm curving a line down. I'm gonna draw a line that curves up here in the corner of the mouth. So sprinkles are nice on donuts, but slime is gourmet zombie topping. All right, so we're gonna draw an oval shape now. And this eye looks like it's swollen shut. He might have gotten pink eye. All right, so this is gonna be its brain. So I'm curving these lines up, curving line out to the left. And curving a few lines down here. Curving a line down and now curving a line up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add some gummy worms. So I curved a line down, and these gummy worms are sticking out of this donut's forehead. These are called cross contour lines that are curving around the form. And that also makes these worms look three-dimensional. And same thing, this one, we're going to use a cross contour line. So we're curving that line up. We're going to add one more gummy worm on the brain. All right, we're gonna go in and start adding the feet. So I'm gonna draw these 2 lines down. I'm curving a line out to the left. It's a straight line at the bottom. Yeah, I was gonna say, who needs a jelly-filled donut when you have a brain-filled donut? Man, Yeah, this zombie donut, I think, says, forget brains, pass the frosting. All right, so we're gonna go in and start drawing the arms. So I'm curving these lines out to the left. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little circle. And then I'm gonna add the fingers onto this hand. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is the best combo meal today, brains and donuts. And I think it's a monster-sized combo meal. So once again, added the little circle to start the hand, and then we're gonna go ahead and add the fingers around it. So using these ovals. Yeah, I think its brains are chewy. This donut is gooey. And we're ready for outlining. So I'm just gonna go with the Sharpie marker. All right, so today we're gonna be coloring with value. So I have a light pink and then pink. So I have 2 values there. And I'm going in with fuchsia for those cross contour lines on the worm. I've got ochre, yellow, orange, and red. For the eye, I have ivory and beige. And now I'm in with the apple green. I'm gonna create the base color for the slime. And I'm gonna use the 3M, which is smaller, to do the little bloodshot eyes. And then I'm going in with green, adding in the shadows. And then for the donut, I'm gonna use beige, and I'm gonna go in and add brown for the shadows. And I'm gonna go in and just start refreshing these outlines. Well, hey, I wanna thank you so much for drawing with me today. If you love this Halloween tutorial, go ahead and check out some of my other Halloween how to draw videos. Well, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Sketch That friends. Are you ready to make Halloween extra sweet and spooky? Well, today we're drawing a Frankenstein donut with green slime stitches and the cutest monster smile ever. Let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and do the circle for the center of the donut. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a dot on the top and the bottom there. That's going to create the height of this donut. And now I'm going to go ahead and curve a line out to the left. So this is just an example of proportions, right? Size relationships in a drawing. And especially when we're establishing these basic shapes, right? We want to make sure that we're getting those proportions down the best we can. Yeah, I think this guy is missing his brains, and unfortunately, he's short on sprinkles too. And here we go. Green slime. Using some wavy lines. So is this the cutest monster snack ever today? And you can see we have a little bit of overlapping. I'm going to erase off a couple construction lines here. Overlapping is one of the ways we can create an illusion of space, making a flat piece of paper appear to be three-dimensional. So Frankenstein's a little bit like a car. You can jumpstart him. That's what those little bolts are for on the side of his head. All right, it's time for the expression. Let's go ahead and draw a little circle and a white reflection. So we're drawing this kawaii style today. And if you didn't know Japanese, kawaii means cute. Let's go ahead and add that little smiley face. Yeah, this donut, I don't know, guys. I don't think it's scary. Only if you're on a diet. That's when it's scary. All right, let's go ahead and add the stitches. All right, now it's time for the bolts. So you're going to notice I'm going to draw two horizontal lines, and I'm curving a line out to the left. Now I'm going to draw two dots, a dot above and below, and create a foreshortened circle. Now we're going to draw those two horizontal lines again. And I'm matching that line that curves out to the left. And voila. I wonder, is that the positive or the negative side of his bolts? I don't know. All right, so we're going to curve a line up to the left. Those two horizontal lines. Once again, let's draw the two dots. One on top, one on the bottom. And then we're going to make a foreshortened circle. We have those horizontal lines again. And this time we're matching that line to curve, that line that curves to the left. Curves to the left. We're gonna add another stitch right above his eye. I don't know why he's so accident prone. What happened? All I know is that they were trying to put an abnormal brain inside Frankenstein. All right, guys, it's time for outlining. So I'm just using a Sharpie marker, and I'll be coloring with Posca markers today, but if you don't have them, no problems. Just use what you have. We're using color as value today, so I want you to see I have an apple green. Creates a wonderful slime color. And then I'm going in with apricot, which is an orange color. Now with the shadows, I'm going with some brown. Adding a little bit of white highlights with the gray. Going with some green in the shadows. And I'm going with some ivory for some highlights on the slime. And just tightening up that outline. And there you have it, guys. Well, hey, I want to thank you for joining me today. Draw more videos. Let's go. See you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Sketch friends. Well, this s'mores got a sweet side and a spooky side. Today we're drawing a s'mores ice cream cone, drippy chocolate, gooey marshmallow, and all the kawaii vibes. Well, let's get started. So we drew 2 dots in a foreshortened circle, and this is going to start the cylinder of our ice cream cone. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to draw 2 lines down. You see this line that curves down? We're going to match that. And now we're going to draw 2 lines that taper down. They get closer together as it gets near the bottom of the cone. And then once again, we're going to go ahead and curve a line down. All right, I'm going to go ahead and erase off this construction line for the top of the cone. Okay, we're going to draw 2 dots. This is going to determine the width of the marshmallow for our s'mores ice cream cone. And then once again, we're going to match this line that curves down. All right, these 2 vertical lines create the height of our marshmallow. And once again, where these 2 dots are, we're going to draw a foreshortened circle. All right, let's go ahead and start the expression. We're going to go ahead and leave these little white dots in for a highlight. Well, he's drippy, he's gooey, and he might roast you if you get too close. It's got drips, chocolate, and just enough chaos to make your sweet tooth scream. So I'm going to angle these eyebrows. By angling the eyebrows, it makes them look a little bit more angry. Adds to this expression we're creating. And then let's go ahead and draw the mouth. I'm going to curve a line down here. And yes, we have vampire teeth. Forget vampires. This s'mores, the real snack that bites. All right, here we go. We're gonna make this chocolate ice cream dripping over the edge of our ice cream cone. And this is overlapping. This is a method of creating space, making a flat piece of paper appear to be three-dimensional. So we're using these wavy lines. Gotta make it drippy, bro. Let's go ahead and erase out some of these construction lines now. Now I'm just gonna make a little wavy line at the bottom of the marshmallow so it looks like it's sinking in to this chocolate. And just so you know, guys, calories don't count when it's art. So I'm only using just a few diagonal lines across. And now it's time for the graham cracker bat wings. So I'm curving a line to the right, and now I'm gonna curve a line up. Curving line out to the left. Curving line out to the left again. And then now curving a line up. Okay, let's go ahead and add the details into this bat's wing. Drawing these lines down. Awesome. And now we're gonna go ahead and work on the other side. So once again, curving line out to the left, and then curving line up. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and curve a line out to the right. Curving a line out to the right again. And now curving line up. And then once again, going in, adding little details inside of the wing. Well, now's a good chance to stand back from your work, make any adjustments as needed, and then we're gonna go in and outline. I'm just gonna go in with a Sharpie marker. I'll be coloring with Posca markers today, but you can use whatever you have. We're using colors value today, so I'm using ivory, which is a light yellow. And then for the shadow, I'm going in with beige. I'm using cacao brown and dark brown, and the highlights will be beige on the chocolate. Using beige and brown for those graham cracker wings. Outlining with some dark brown. And for the ice cream cone, I have apricot. I'm doing ivory and then brown for the shadows. I'm gonna go in and tighten up my outlining. Well, hey, if you had fun drawing with me today, check out my other Halloween how to draw videos. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hi, Sketchup friends. Are you ready to draw something sweet and spooky? Well, today, we're making the cutest Halloween drink ever, a candy corn float with bat wings, whipped cream, and even a little pumpkin topper. Let's get started. So we're gonna go ahead, create these 2 dots in the foreshortened circle. All right, we're gonna add some thickness to the lip of the cup, so I'm curving a line out to the left. And now I'm curving a line out to the right. You see this line that curves down? We're gonna match this line. Okay, let's draw the sides of the cup. So these are gonna taper down. So that means these lines are gonna get a little bit closer at the bottom. So if you take 1 sip of this drink, you'll turn into a vampire. Just kidding. So did you notice we matched that same line that curves down for the base of the cup? That's really important. If you draw it straight across, it's gonna look flat. Okay, let's draw the expression. So we have a circle. We're gonna leave these white highlights inside of it. So we're doing this character kawaii style. Yeah, I was gonna say forget pumpkin spice because this is the real Halloween drink of the season. I'm gonna give this guy a little smiley face. And that's why I love drawing these characters, because they're so happy. This line that curves down once again matches. And now we're gonna go ahead and draw those bat wings. So I'm gonna go ahead and curve a line out to the right. Now I'm going to be curving a line up, out to the right, curving a line up, and curving another line up. This drink is so cute that even Dracula would trade his blood for it. So I'm curving a line up, curving line out to the left. Now I'm going to start curving lines up and curving another line up. And so we're just drawing in a basic shape that establishes the size and placement of the top of our float. Getting rid of this construction line. And so now we're going to start changing the outline of this. So you can see I'm creating kind of an S curve and then curving it out to the right. And I'm going to curve a line out to the right again. And I'm going to curve a line out to the left. And we're going to do the same thing with the pumpkin. Just going to create a shape of our pumpkin about how big we want it. And now I'm going to draw an oval. And this is how we're going to create the ribs of this pumpkin. It's going to make it look 3D. Now I'm just making sure that these lines on the bottom curve down, and at the top, I want those lines to curve up. And so now it looks like we have some overlapping, and it makes that pumpkin appear to be more 3-dimensional. And go ahead and add the top of your pumpkin on. Curving out to the left. All right, so now's a good time to check your work. And now we're off to outlining. I'm just using a Sharpie marker. I decided to add a little bit of overlapping and add a little drip over the edge of the cup. So for the top, I'm using ivory and beige, so that's light yellow and beige, to create the whipped cream. Got some yellow, orange, and orange. Gray and white. And now we have yellow, straw yellow, and ochre. And then I'm using yellow, orange, and orange. Purple into the wings. Just gonna freshen up this outline. Well, hey, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Go ahead and check out my playlist at the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Sketch Lab friends. Are you ready for a spooky sweet treat? Well, today we're drawing the cutest candy corn drink, perfect for Halloween. So we're gonna start off with these 2 dots, and then we're gonna draw a foreshortened circle. This is gonna start the cylinder for our milkshake. Now we're going to work on the lip of the cup. We're going to add some thickness by curving this line out to the left. And now we're curving this line out to the right. You see this line that curves down? We want to match that when drawing the lip of our cup. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll draw some lines down. They're going to taper down a little bit, get closer together. And we're going to match that same line that curves down, the same one at the top of the cup. And we have our cylinder. Good job. We're going to go ahead now and work on the expression. I'm going to leave a little white highlight inside of the eye, because we're doing these kawaii style today. If you want, you could add your own fun, playful expression onto your character. And then we're going to finish off that expression with a little smiley face. Now we're going to match that line that curves down again. And one more time. I'm going to go ahead and erase off this construction line. I'm going to start the top of this milkshake with a line that curves up. So this is establishing the size and the placement that we want. And now we're going to go ahead and change the outline of the shape. So I'm going to go ahead and curve a line out to the right and then back to the left. Kind of like an S curve. And then I'm curving a line out to the right on this side. And now I'm curving the line out to the left and once again to the left. And now on this side, we're curving the line out to the right. We are flying along today. I hope you're enjoying our Halloween-themed drawings and the fun music too. I love Halloween. So there you have it. Curve a line up for the top of the straw. It makes it look more three-dimensional. And I'm going to go ahead and add some lines onto the straw. Well, now's a good time to stand back from your artwork and make any adjustments as needed. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to outlining. I'm just going to go in with a Sharpie marker. I'm using ivory. Put down a base color first, which is light yellow. Now I'm going in with bright yellow, which The Posca paint marker set is basically looks like orange. And now I'm going to go in with yellow. Now for the shadows, I'm going in with beige over the ivory. I'm going to go in with a dark orange, and then ochre is going to be the darker yellow. And you can see with just 2 values today, look how much more three-dimensional our awesome candy corn milkshake turned out. Wow. Well, good job, guys. Well, I hope you join me in the next video. Check out the playlist for more awesome Posca marker tutorials. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.